Have you ever found yourself walking away from a conversation or an encounter feeling completely drained? Not just physically tired, but emotionally and mentally wiped out in a way that leaves you unsettled for hours or even days afterward. It's like the air around you gets heavier, your thoughts become clouded, and a lingering feeling of discomfort or anxiety takes hold. You might notice this happening repeatedly after interacting with a certain person. Someone who seems to carry a cloud of negativity, criticism, or drama wherever they go. What makes toxic people so difficult to identify is that their damaging behavior rarely manifests as outright hostility or overt cruelty at first. Instead, it often appears in more subtle, insidious ways: a sarcastic comment disguised as a joke, a dismissive attitude masked as blunt honesty, or constant concern that actually undermines your confidence. Over time, these small but persistent patterns erode your self-esteem, consume your emotional energy, and can even leave you questioning your own judgment or worth. Recognizing the signs of toxic people is vital because it's the first step in protecting your peace and mental health. It empowers you to set boundaries, create distance, and surround yourself with relationships that uplift rather than drain you. In this video, we will explore in depth the key signs that reveal you might be dealing with toxic people, helping you sharpen your awareness and reclaim control over your emotional environment before the damage becomes too great. Sign number 1: they constantly drain your energy. One of the most unmistakable signs of toxicity is how interactions with certain people leave you feeling emotionally, mentally, and even physically depleted. This isn't the normal fatigue from a busy day or a long meeting. It's a profound sense of exhaustion that settles deep into your bones and lingers long after you part ways. Toxic individuals often create an environment filled with negativity, criticism, or emotional volatility that saps your joy and motivation. They might constantly complain, focus on problems without solutions, or redirect conversations toward their own issues without regard for your feelings. This dynamic turns every interaction into a draining ordeal where your emotional reserves are drained trying to keep the peace or manage their moods. Over time, this ongoing emotional labor can leave you feeling anxious, stressed, and even physically unwell, affecting your overall quality of life. Unlike healthy relationships where energy flows both ways, where time spent together refreshes and supports you, being around toxic people is like carrying a heavy weight you can never set down. When you notice that after every conversation you feel worse rather than better, it's a glaring signal that their presence is toxic and unsustainable for your well-being. Sign number 2: they never take responsibility. Accountability is a cornerstone of trust and respect in any relationship, but toxic people notoriously avoid taking responsibility for their words, actions, or the consequences they cause. Instead, they deflect blame, gaslight, play the victim, or outright deny any fault, even when it's obvious to everyone involved. This refusal to own their behavior creates a frustrating cycle where problems remain unresolved and emotional wounds fester. Imagine trying to work through conflicts with someone who constantly shifts blame onto you or others, refuses to apologize, or dismisses your feelings as overreactions. This defensive posture not only shuts down open communication, but also leaves you carrying the emotional weight of making peace or smoothing over difficulties on your own. Over time, this pattern erodes trust and damages the foundation of the relationship, making it feel one-sided and exhausting. Toxic individuals' refusal to accept responsibility is often rooted in insecurity or a desire to maintain control, but it inevitably stalls growth and healing. Recognizing this pattern is crucial, because you deserve relationships where accountability is mutual and honesty leads to understanding and resolution rather than blame and resentment. Sign number 3: they manipulate and control. Manipulation is a common but destructive tactic toxic people use to maintain power and dominance in their relationships. It can take many forms: from subtle guilt, tripping, and passive-aggressive behavior to more overt gaslighting, where they distort facts or outright deny events to make you question your own reality. This type of psychological manipulation is particularly damaging because it attacks your trust in your own perceptions and memories, leaving you feeling confused, insecure, and vulnerable. Toxic people often use these tactics to erode your confidence so they can keep you dependent on their approval or narrative. You may find yourself constantly second, guessing your decisions or apologizing for things you didn't do wrong just to avoid conflict or emotional punishment. They may also pressure you into complying with their demands or expectations, disregarding your own needs or boundaries. This dynamic is not just emotionally exhausting, it's harmful to your sense of identity and autonomy. Recognizing manipulation is a critical step in reclaiming your personal power and emotional safety and moving toward relationships built on trust, respect, and honest communication instead of control. Sign number 4, they lack empathy. Empathy, the ability to genuinely understand and share in another person's feelings, is essential for meaningful, supportive relationships. Toxic people, however, often show a striking lack of empathy, responding to your vulnerabilities and emotions with indifference, dismissiveness, or even cruelty. When you share your struggles, fears, or feelings, they might minimize your experiences, change the subject, or use your openness against you later. This emotional neglect leaves you feeling isolated and invalidated, as though your pain or needs don't matter. Over time, this lack of compassion erodes your self-worth and can make you reluctant to open up to anyone, deepening feelings of loneliness and mistrust. In healthy relationships, empathy fosters connection, healing, and mutual support. It's the emotional glue that makes people feel truly seen and understood. The persistent absence of empathy in a relationship is a profound red flag that you're investing emotionally in someone who doesn't value your feelings or well-being. And staying in such a dynamic is detrimental to your mental and emotional health. Sign number 5, they create constant drama. Toxic people often seem to live for conflict, chaos, and drama, stirring up tension wherever they go and pulling others into their emotional turmoil. Whether it's starting arguments over minor disagreements, spreading rumors, or pitting people against one another, they create an environment where peace and calm are rare and short-lived. This ongoing drama acts like emotional turbulence, constantly jolting you and those around them, and making it difficult to find stability or focus on positive aspects of life. Living in this kind of volatile environment forces you into a reactive mindset, always on guard, managing crises, and trying to mitigate conflict rather than enjoying genuine connection and growth. The constant stress and unpredictability take a toll on your mental health, leaving you exhausted and anxious. Recognizing when someone consistently incites or perpetuates drama is vital so you can step back and protect your emotional well-being, choosing instead to invest your time and energy in relationships that foster peace, trust, and support. Sign number 6, they undermine your success. A hallmark of toxic people is their inability to celebrate your achievements or support your growth. Instead, they often respond with jealousy, resentment, or attempts to belittle your accomplishments. This can be through backhanded compliments, dismissive remarks, or outright discouragement aimed at holding you back or minimizing your worth. Their insecurity drives them to view your success as a threat rather than something to be happy about, which leads to behavior designed to sabotage or undermine you. This toxic dynamic can severely damage your confidence and motivation, making it difficult to pursue your goals or feel proud of your progress. Over time, you might even internalize their negativity and start doubting your own capabilities. Recognizing this pattern is essential for protecting your self-esteem and ensuring that your support system is filled with people who genuinely want to see you succeed and thrive, rather than compete with or diminish you. Sign number 7, they violate your boundaries. Boundaries are crucial for maintaining emotional and mental safety in any relationship, yet toxic people often disregard or actively violate these limits. They may pressure you to do things you're uncomfortable with, invade your personal space, or refuse to respect your need for time and emotional distance. This ongoing disrespect of boundaries creates an unsafe and unstable emotional environment where you feel powerless and disrespected. When your limits are not honored, it chips away at your sense of self-respect and security. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect for boundaries. This is how both parties feel safe, valued, and understood. When someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries, it's a clear signal that they don't truly respect you as an individual. Standing firm in your boundaries and protecting your emotional space is one of the most important acts of self-care you can engage in. It's a declaration that your well-being matters, and it sets the tone for how others are allowed to treat you moving forward. Recognizing these signs of toxic people in your life is one of the most powerful ways to safeguard your mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Toxicity often operates quietly and subtly at first, making it easy to overlook or rationalize away harmful behaviors. But once you become aware of these patterns, how certain people drain your energy, manipulate you, dismiss your feelings, or create constant conflict, you gain the ability to make conscious choices about who you allow in your inner circle. Remember, you deserve relationships that nurture your growth, honor your boundaries, and fill your life with positivity and support. It's okay to step back, to say no, and to prioritize your own peace above all else. If this video resonated with you, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with others who might need to hear this message today. Your emotional health matters deeply, so keep strengthening your awareness. Protect your peace fiercely and always stay true to yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.